And we're going to take a look at these things because some people have it mistaken that they think Polite got the charges dropped, right? People are circulating that around the internet. Very, very, very far from the truth. Right, so y'all can see on screen. We're going to do our search. Michael Nowak. Right, here he is. The water. Okay. So I want to go over a few things. First, I'm going to go over so everybody understands. Now, I had an inclination that what happened, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't speak to it, right? So as we see here, there's a total of 7 charges, right? Y'all see that? There's a total of 7 charges against Polite now, right? Initially, on the initial police report, there was only 3 charges, right? There is now 7. But as we can see here, there is no action on 2 of the charges, right? So there's no action on these 2 charges. So these 5 now have their own sequential number because these are now the 5 charges that they're going to try him with, right? Not the first 2 initial. Now, the first 2 initial charges, engaging in sex with a child, right? And as well as sexual battery with somebody in between the ages of 12 and 17 by somebody older than 18, right? They have not taken action on those charges, right? They have not taken action on those charges. Contributing to the delinquency of the minor charge remains. They have now instead charged him with 4 instead of the 2 first-degree felonies. They've now charged him with 4 second-degree felonies. What does this mean? Well, let's just take a look at this. Florida statute, sexual battery. Right. Legislative finding on sexual battery. Boom, boom. Sexual battery. Okay. I'm going to look at sentencing. Okay, so a person commits a felony of the first degree punishable by a term of years not exceeding life. See that? So before, he was looking at life as a worse outcome. Now he's only looking at 15 years because that's what the lewd and lascivious molestation of a child between 12 and 16 carries. Okay? So no, his cases were not thrown out. He was instead charged with 4 second-degree felonies, right? So he's looking at 15 years instead of life. 15 years instead of 20 or 30. That's all that happened, right? None of this makes him less of a child molester. Right? I want everybody to make that clear. None of this makes him less of a child molester because he's literally being charged for lewd and lascivious molestation of a child. 4 different times, or 2 times, lewd and lascivious molestation of a child, then lewd and lascivious conduct with a child, then lewd and lascivious exhibition, right? So these are now his charges. And then, of course, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Again, none of this means the case was thrown out because all we have to do is go look right here. On August 18th, they motioned to dismiss. That motion has not been granted. All right? So he's acting as if he got a major victory and he's some way acquitted of this situation when he's not at all acquitted of this situation. Right? He just now is looking at 15 years max instead of life. That's all. I guess it's somewhat of a victory. You'd still be a child molester if found guilty, though, right? So don't let this idiot fool you. And this guy is going around trying to. The guy thinks he's low, right? But in the words of a great woman I know, you ain't low. You ain't low, Polite, right? Polite is not low. I'll explain what I mean by polite is not low. Let's go to the YouTube. Go to YouTube, guys. Let's go to the YouTube scene. So I seen this video sent into me. Right, this dude Polite, man. He thinks he's low, guys. He thinks he could scare people, right? Watch this.
Been dropped.
Hold up.
Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been dropped.
Okay, he says have been dropped. The docket says, for the record, no action. Dropped is dropped, right? That's what dropped is. It's just no action at this time. They're making sure that they cover all their bases on their charges, right? Because sometimes for first degrees, burden and particularities come into play, right? So they made sure to charge him with the second degrees, right? He's not low. He's a real facade painter, right? I'm gonna tell you how much of a facade painter this guy is, right? He's supposed to be some mega rich nigga, right? That's the facade he paints, right? I challenge anybody, go look at his Instagram, right? Go look at his Instagram for the last 2 years and see how many times he recycles those clothes. For a nigga that's that rich, right? You so rich. I want to know why you always got the same clothes on. Every time you see this guy, right? He's got like one of 4 scarves that he's always got on, right? He's got about one of 4 shirts that he's always got. What is that about, bro? Right? But he's a facade painter. We understand this. And he's painting a facade to attempt to deter people from shedding light on this situation, right? He understands that he's dead in the water as far as credibility and as far as reputation, and he's trying to clean it up as best he can in absolute hopes of optimism that there's some way out of this situation, right? Now watch this.
Let's start it off with this conversation right here. Again, I won't be talking about the case specifically for all the right reasons. I have legal counsel. They're going to do what they got to do. What we are going to talk about is cyber defamation litigation. We are going to have a conversation about that.
Guys, he's acting as if he's going to scare people into stop talking about him on the internet by threatening to sue them.
That sounds like
Polite, if this was a real thing, somebody greater than you would have already sued the hell out of somebody behind it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Remember playing goddamn Call of Duty on PlayStation or Xbox and you argue with somebody? I'm gonna come kill you. It's the same shit, man.
Hold on. Ginger, he still can't even say he's innocent. He's still not even saying he's innocent. Right? He still hasn't said that. Right? To my knowledge.
We are going to have a conversation about cyber defamation litigation.
No, call it what it is. You talking about cyber defamation litigation. You're mad you're getting cyber bullied. That's what it sounds like to me. He's being cyber bullied. He's some cyber punk, That's what it sounds like to me. Let's keep going.
We all gonna do that. And the reason why we're gonna do this, because there's a lot of dishonest, wicked people out there. I've never seen nothing like this, where people literally prey on someone's demise. So I say it again. Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been eradicated. They're gone.
He said they're gone, guys. Are we looking at the docket right now on the screen? That doesn't look, I see them, right? Just because they haven't taken action on them does not mean they can't come back, and does not make you any less. Now you're being charged with molestation of a child. What is everybody calling you? A child molester, right? Isn't that what everybody's calling you? You're being literally charged with child molestation, right? How is anybody defaming you? I would love to know. I would love to know. Right? Let's keep going.
Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty fight. They came up with new counts. Of course.
There you go. They came up with new counts.
Nothing compared to those first-degree felonies.
Nothing compared. So he's trying to downplay. So he's saying nothing compared. Okay. So since he said it, give me his own words, his own mouth, condemn them, please. Decide. Thank you. Okay. So let's look at sexual battery and rape in Florida, right? Sexual battery, which is more commonly known as rape, is one of the most aggressively prosecuted crimes in Florida and carries some of the most severe and long-lasting penalties of any criminal defense. Right? Definition of sexual battery. Under the Florida Statute 794.011, the crime of sexual battery is committed when a person has non-consensual oral, anal, or vaginal contact with a person using their sexual organ or an object, right? In addition to the standard crime of sexual battery, there are several enhanced forms of sexual battery that can be committed in Florida. Right. So somebody having non-consensual sexual contact, right? That's what that means. So let's look at lewd and lascivious molestation of a child between 12 and 16. Let's see what this means. And let's see if there's, because he said what? Let's hear it again.
Gone. Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty fight. They came up with new counts. Of course, nothing compared to those first-degree felonies.
He's saying that these new charges can't be compared to the other ones. Well, let's see what this says, right? Lewd and lascivious molestation by an adult on a child 12 or older, but younger than 16. The crime of lewd or lascivious molestation by a person 18 or older on a child 12 or older, but younger than 16 is a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years. Under Florida's Criminal Punishment Code, lewd or lascivious molestation by a person 18, right, boom, is assigned a level 7 offense severity ranking, and absent prior criminal history or grounds of a downward departure sentence, a judge required to sentence a person convicted of lewd or lascivious molestation by a person, to a minimum 51 months in prison, followed by at least 2 years of sex offender probation. That's the minimum, right? I want the definition, though. What's the definition of this? Okay. Lewd and lascivious molestation. Definition. Under the Florida Statute 800.04, Section 5, the crime of lewd and lascivious molestation is committed when a person intentionally touches the breasts, genitals, or buttocks of a child younger than 16 in a lewd or lascivious manner, or encourages, forces, or entices a child younger than 16 to touch another person in a lewd or lascivious manner. Right? So wait a minute. We're talking about the force of a child to do something sexual. Sexual battery is the force of a child, right? We're talking about, look, non-consensual oral, anal, or vaginal contact, right? How are they not comparable? We understand the game in the sleight of hand. You're out of snake oil, Polite. It's over. You just try to gloss over the fact that you're literally being charged with child molestation. No matter what way you try to spin it, you're a goddamn sex offender, right? Aside, what would Wes Watson say? He's no good. He's got to get booked. He's trash, right? The white supremacists will say it. The Mexicans, the blacks, every race will call this guy trash in prison because he touched a child, right? If he was to walk the yard upon conviction. It's just what it is. But both crimes are forcible sex acts. How are they not comparable? They're sex offenses. That's like saying robbing a bank and robbing a convenience store are not comparable. You went into a place of business and robbed them. How are we not comparing the things? What are you talking about? Like TJ Too Smooth just said, all semantics. And this guy, from the moment he's been introduced to us, has been a king of playing semantics. But we're not stupid, right? We're not stupid like the people that let you scam them, right? He gonna have to roll it up. He gonna have to lock it up, right? Give me that in his own mouth, please. This dude's an idiot.
15:6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee.
It say what?
Thine own mouth condemneth thee.
It's not even the new charge, but they're not even comparable to the. No, they are comparable. They just carry 15 years instead of life, a minimum 51 months, right? Meaning you have to do over 4 years if convicted. Minimum, right? So you won't be doing Dr. York time. Okay. Right? But you're done. You'll be done in this community that you've leached off of for over a decade now. Right? Danny Clem, I don't care. Danny, what is Danny Clem talking about? We got people with capes on for weirdos, right? Let's go.
Which is crazy, because that give you life.
Okay, you're right. It's not giving you life. 15 that's a while, brother.
30 years in prison. Early. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, we will be turning up later on the strength. We will be turning up later on the strength. Is there still a fight? There's still a fight. But it's very interesting because a lot of people spoke out of turn, jumped out the window, accused me of things that not even the prosecution can.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who those people are. I've been watching videos, certain videos in regards to of the situation with Brother Polight, Brother Zion Lex's videos, Brother Dr. Inky's videos, Tasha K, sister, of course, Sister Tasha K, how we can forget the sister that broke this whole story. I watched her videos on the subject. Where are these accusations coming from? Everybody's making accusations that is predicated upon. So, like, we're not making accusations. We're looking at the accusations that have legally been made, and we're commenting upon it. Who's now? There might be some group of people or person I don't know who's doing something like that. I don't know. YS4L Gaming, y'all about Shimmy out shop thought water water. I don't know, but this is unbeknownst to me. Go ahead.
You see how he worded it? Can we go back and listen to how he just worded that? Let's talk about semantics. Listen to what he said.
Turned, jumped out the window, accused me of things that not even the prosecution can.
So he see how he paused? Because he had to think, they accused me of things that not even the prosecution can. Because, like you said earlier, there's certain things in terms of evidence that they have to go with in terms if they want to prosecute him on a first degree type of charge. But now that what he's saying is, oh my God, this dude is the devil, bro.
Yeah, and we have to understand. So let's just go back to these definitions and make sense of everything, right? Under Florida statute, the crime of lewd and lascivious molestation is committed when a person intentionally touches the breast, genitals, or buttocks of a child younger than 16 in a lewd, lascivious manner, which in the police reports he said he was groping her, right? Or encourages, forces, or entices a child younger than 16 to touch another person in a lewd or lascivious manner. If he's shoving his joint, all of that would be that, but they charged him twice. So for him touching her and for him trying to get her to touch him, right? So those things are there, right? So this may be harder to prove because let's say if they swap, because we have to understand the sensitivity of these investigations. For example, when the demented nigga got charged with the rape of his girl's daughter, right? In Detroit a couple years back. What happened? They actually what got him the 50-year sentence was how deep they found his semen in the girl, right? So that plays into it. You see what I'm saying? So through the story, it's sensible that he might have not penetrated her to the point that he desired to. So the semen, when they actually recovered the samples of semen, it wasn't found deep off in her mouth and her throat somewhere, right? But it was found somewhere enough to prove that there was sexual contact. So now he's being charged based off of just plainly sexual contact.
Right.
It's an easier burden to prove. You still got to explain why your DNA is on that little girl.
Exactly.
That's what all of us are talking about. You're not talking. You won't talk about it. But your DNA is on that little girl. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, the prosecution not seeking to pursue you on those higher charges doesn't negate the fact that you allegedly did those things. That doesn't mean that. That's why he tried to, you see how he paused before he said what he said? He had to think about what
look at this child molester caper, Black Society. And rightly is your name called Black Society because you are everything that's wrong with Black society. Caping for child molesters, right? Covering up child molestation. That has plagued Black society. And here you are with a name like Black Society. Y'all gossip like ladies. Don't know the truth, but still speak on it. Devil. That's what he's saying, right? Well, what I'm going off of is a police report, right? And the court records. That's what I have pulled up right here, right? That's what I have pulled up. These are all allegations legally, but I personally, over the course of examining the situation, have espoused the belief that it's the truth. I believe the victim. All right? So that's not gossip when we have information in front of us, right? Okay, look at this. Because you're police, do all you working for the police that work for the community. How are we the police? Let me explain something to you, right? Let the police do their job. I don't give a about the police. First off, the police aren't even doing no job. It's out of the police's hands. Prosecutors are doing their job. Fran Scott, y'all by Shimmy, y'all shot Barker, what we have to understand is this, like this idiot here is saying, I'm not gonna let them do the job, right? I mean, I can't not let them do the job. What can I go there and stop them? Guys, stop. Let us take this into our own hands. We will stone him before the city square. Right? What sense did that make, Debak? None. Right? These are talking points. Right? It just is what it is. You're just a dude with a cape on for an accused child molester. That's all. It's just all you are. I don't care about the cops because I'm going to tell you something about a little state where I came up in, right? It's called California. And guess what? In the state of California, we don't care what part of the trial that Polight was in. If he came through with that wristband that indicated he was a sex offender, he will be dealt with. Judge, jury, and execution. The Mexicans will deal with him. The blacks will deal with him. The white, whoever had an opportunity to deal with him would be forced to deal with him. Right? And would go out of their way to try to stop that man from living simply for the accusation, right? So now, go ahead.
No, that's not.
Point. All right, let's keep going with the examination of what we have here, right?
If the things that people say on YouTube was accurate, I mean, goddamn, you wouldn't even see me here today. You wouldn't see me here today. So how the hell do these people on the internet know so much? but the legal system don't. The shit that people be saying, oh, no, you got to pay for that. Now I was going to wait until later down the line. But goddamn it, since these joints is gone, why not get the ball rolling now?
See, the problem is what he's trying to do is scare people into not talking about it.
That's all it is.
This is all it is. He wants this to go away because he actually is preying upon, because he's a predator, right? He is preying upon the fickle nature of black people.
He's literally a Christian pastor, bro.
He is preying upon the fickle nature of black people. He hopes that if people stop talking about it, that it'll all go away and people will forget about it, and he will be able to come back to this community and scam them again. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's the child molesting pastor that, when the accusations get brought forth, tells his congregation that the people who are saying these things about him are the devil. That's all it is, bro. And then if you say anything about it, that you're the devil too. That's all this nigga is, bro. He is a Christian. He's a Christian pastor, especially with that hat on. He's a goddamn Christian pastor.
And he's always got that hat on.
Yeah.
He's got like 3 hats he's always circulating. 3 hats, 3 scarves, and 4 t-shirts that he always have on. But I'm supposed to believe that not only is he a multimillionaire, his daughter is a millionaire. Everybody's a millionaire. But he can't go get a damn 5-pack of teas from somewhere. Go ahead, Salaki.
Like the top said, we don't believe you.
we simply just don't. Like TJ Tusmu said, fear tactics, dude is a manipulator, and that is all the telltale signs of a molester. Of a sexual, because everything he does is predatory that I've observed. So why is it far-fetched to think that he would be a predator in a sexual capacity? If somebody tells me ask me if Polights is a Hamite again, he's as much as a Hamite as you are. That's all I want to say. Why does everybody want to make this nigga a Hamite so bad? What he is, as Papa said, though, he is a scamite.
That's good.
The man
That's
is certainly a scamite.
That's good. I'm stealing that.
Right? He is a damn scamite. We know that. See what I'm saying? Like War Dog Warriala just said, he's trying to manipulate like the victims, right? The manipulation of victims. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. Shalom, Sergeant Guitar, right? So that's what's going on here. Real quick.
You guys are crazy, man. Just because he's wicked doesn't mean he's not an Israelite. There's plenty of wicked Israelites.
Real quick, before we go any further, I want to make sure I plug this. Plugged it last week as well, but we still got this food drive going on. Disaster relief for the earthquake in Acapulco, Mexico, as well as a food drive for unfortunate Mexicans in the area of Tijuana, as well as the migrants from Central America, as well as Haiti. I know y'all heard about that large migrant caravan. That's predominantly Haitians in that large migrant caravan out there in Texas right now, but there are many underprivileged Haitians as well as Central American migrants in the Tijuana area, as well as the poor native Mexicans there as well, who we will be doing outreach to through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai with the money raised for this food drive, as well as sending goods, resources, and food to Acapulco for a disaster relief there, right? So I just want to make sure it's $ SACARRI Tijuana or PayPal SACARRI.Tijuana@gmail.com, y'all. Do not send this to the regular SACARRI GoFundMe's or Cash Apps. This specific Cash App is dedicated to this cause specifically, right? When you send to the SACARRI Cash App, that's just dedicated to just the overall body. This is specifically dedicated to the relief, the disaster relief. That's the work that we're doing in Mexico. So y'all make sure y'all support that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We appreciate y'all. Y'all supported that last week for us. Y'all supported last month the Haiti fundraiser that we did as well. We got a lot of goods out there to Haiti, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So all praises, right? I just want to make sure right there we got the Cash App and the PayPal is right there, right? If you need this again, you can always go look up on the Exodus 17:15 Instagram, or you can look at yesterday's video, which is how were the great kingdoms of Africa and the Americas conquered. It's right in the front of that video as well, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? Black society, you're gone. Gone. Right? So let's keep going. Back here, let's get back to polite.
Cyber defamation litigation.
Cyber bullying, you're crying, nigga. Let's be real.
We're gonna deal with that. We talking about suing people.
Precept? He's talking about suing people. He think it's gonna scare you to stop talking about him if he say you're gonna sue him. It's manipulation. It is manipulation. It is a fear tactic, right? We're going to keep talking about what we can see, right? It's that simple. Go ahead.
Let me look at it.
Not only for defamation, but also for libel. If you're even writing comments online, lying, blatantly lying on my name, yeah, we're coming for you. You think it's a joke, but this is some serious shit. If you're collecting money off of your videos while misrepresenting what's transpiring in the case, if you're lying on your videos, if you're calling me out my character, like literally saying I am somebody in particular, I've done something in particular. If you're lying and saying, yeah, I had a previous case before. If you're lying and saying, oh, that's Brother Polite statements. I never made a statement. No statements are mine. I never made a statement to nobody. Nobody on planet Earth has a statement from me. So if you're lying on the internet saying, oh, Polite.
If you're lying on the internet, okay. The word. So the definition of a lie is to make an untrue statement with intent to deceive, right? To create false or misleading impressions, statistics, sometimes lie, right? So it says to make an untrue statement with intent to deceive, right? People would have to know that these statements were untrue in order to lie, in order to be proven in any court of law, civil or criminal, that they told a lie, right? So good luck proving that. That's how outlandish of an idea that you're going to sue people on the internet, right? People have been saying a lot of stuff about you on the internet for a long time. You've never threatened a lawsuit before. Why now? Zura Sojourner, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah Wathawada, Truth Soldier, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah Wathawada. Why now? We're calling your bluff. You want this to go away. You are preying again upon the fickle nature of black people. We're not ignorant to your devices, bro.
I made a statement.
Give me that vain talker, especially those of the circumstances.
He was going here. He was doing. If you're using my 2-year-old's face on your video, if you're using my 15-year-old's face on your video, if you're messaging them directly, all that shit is crazy.
Now, I agree. All that shit is crazy. I can walk with that. You got the scripture, though? Go ahead.
Titus 1:10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
See that there are many unruly and vain talkers, especially among our people. And that's this guy. He's just an unruly and vain talker. That's what the brother is. But I agree. The utilization of his 15-year-old and his 2-year-old on videos, you know, just putting them all on a video, or what's the other? What do you say? Or messaging them directly, especially. That's crazy. I feel that. Carl and Wilmer, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah Barakatah Wathawada.
All of that is crazy. If you want to believe I did something, fine.
Okay. And people just believe you did it. So you're going to sue people because we believe the victim. We believe that little girl is not a liar. We believe that you didn't have consensual sexual relations with her mother, and then her mother went and bottled your semen up and planted it on her little daughter. We don't believe that that happened. Not saying that you said that happened, but the only thing we can deduce, if the semen was on the girl, how did it get on the girl? The only thing I can deduce is that the mother went and saved your semen from a interaction that y'all had, and went and planted it on her precious little daughter and walked her into a hospital. That is a lot more hard to believe than believing that you did this, especially knowing that you are cut from the cloth of a Malachi York, a child molester. And somebody came on the thing and said, well, he was charged. Malachi actually was convicted for this, and that. Listen, there's a brother. There are two different men. Give me the Bible, the law. I've seen two different grown men attest to being molested by Malachi Z. York. Two different grown men. Right? Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 5. Sorry, verse 6. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses,
read on,
shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
I got two people that I have personally seen give detailed testimony on being molested by Malachi Z, at least two people. So that is what I'm calling him, a child molester predicated upon. Right? Go ahead.
Did we already go into that video where he's arguing? He's sitting on the bench with that dude who said he was molested by Malachi Z. York, and he's and Platt is arguing with him.
I mean, if you were on any of the scary hours, you would have seen that. That was going too in depth. Yeah.
No, listen, that was like a kid, like deja vu. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we did, but I was.
Yeah. Sure. Oh yeah, we went into that in depth. Right. Again, if y'all want to know more about the Polite and you haven't seen the previous videos on this channel in regards to it, and again, we're not one of these channels that's just scandalizing and making a million videos, but when some relevant information happens in regards to this case, we're going to speak about it, right? Because it's relevant to what's going on with black people right now. And he's also said a lot of choice things about our belief system, right? He's alleged that our belief system allows this type of behavior that he's now being accused of participating in. So, of course, yesterday or on Wednesday, a video was done. Every time there's an update, a movement in the case, it's been mentioned. I believe here we talked about it on this video, SICARRI and Property Catholic debate, polite update. Okay, boom. And then in this series of videos here, these three videos, right? So I'd recommend all of these for a lot of in-depth understanding on the situation. Let's keep going.
You're entitled to your belief, but to lie and tell people I did something is two different things.
So to lie, in order to lie, I would have to know that you didn't do it. And I am purposely going around deceiving people, telling them you did do it. That would be lying. Anybody who does not have the information, right? We're all going based upon belief right now. Some of us believe you didn't. Some of us believe you did. Some of us don't know what to believe. Me personally, I believe you did it, right? That's just me. That's what I believe. I wasn't in that hotel room. I can't speak to exactly what occurred. We're going to have to wait, of course, for trial and the legal system to play out as far as establishing more in-depth the facts. But I believe, predicated upon the fact that a DNA warrant was issued, and the day the DNA came back, an arrest warrant was issued for you, that your DNA was on that little girl. And that's all I need to believe. In addition, coupled with her and her mother's statements, right, that are part of the police report. See what I'm saying? So that's not a lie. That's what I believe. And that's what many people believe, right? See what I'm saying? Okay, he admitted to working with the feds. I seen something about that. I don't know about that. I guess it might come out on this video.
So again, the two worst charges have been reduced. The narrative, that means the narrative has to change.
Why does the narrative have to change? Regardless of how they charge you, it still stands that the accusation is that you groped and exposed yourself to a little girl and had some form of sexual contact with her after you got her drunk and or possibly drugged, right? Against her will, and you sleep with her mother, right? That's still, regardless of how they charge it, that's the situation. So why does the narrative have to change? It doesn't have to change. Nice try, man. Right, let's go.
The Negroes like DNA don't lie. But what they forget to tell you is people do.
DNA don't lie, but they forget to tell you that people do. Okay. We know people lie. Your DNA, if it's there, now are you telling me that the DNA isn't there? Are they lying about the DNA existing?
I told you guys, get your popcorn, right? Now you may say, Brother Polite.
Baka Warrior, how about Shimmy out shop rocket thought what?
Don't worry, I ain't talking about this case. They're talking about public record. We still have a fight. There's new counts. It's just not remotely close to what was out there initially.
Remotely. It's not remotely close. It's just one step down. It's essentially saying the same thing. The punishment isn't as harsh, but it's still a harsh punishment, right? He's talking about remotely close. Do you see the game? Give me the sleight of men, please. You're not gaming nobody over here, pimp. You're not low, man.
Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men.
See that? We can't be children. A little child may be fooled by this charade that you're putting on for this Instagram live. But we're not little children tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. Because that's what you're trying to do right now. You're trying to slight people. You're trying to trick people, right? This is all an illusion, right?
That's the first blessing. We're still going to grind. We're going to grind and grind and grind and fight. But it's public record. For the people that lied and said, I'm locked up today. I mean, why do you tell these kind of, who's giving you the advice to lie? Like,
that's a good point. People were going around saying he was locked up. Zephaniah, how about Shimei water? People were saying that he was locked up when he was not, right? And all you got to do is check this, guys. For the people out there who are reporting on this and any other situation dealing with jail, all you have to do is check this stuff. It's right here. You see what I'm saying? I'm only reporting on what's here, right? So watch. Miami-Dade inmate looker. So all you gotta do if y'all want to know if Polights in jail, this is it. Oh, I'm not a robot. See, he's not in jail. So all you gotta do is that. You don't see that. And he's not locked up. It's that easy. His bail was increased, though, right? His bail was increased. And we're gonna talk about that in a second after we get through this video.
The lies have to stop. The people calling me, yo, you all right? What are you talking about? Or you locked up? Yeah, and I guess they let me keep the cell phone. Yo, listen. I told you to get the popcorn out. I know you wish things were a certain way, but listen to me. What I'm not going to accept is you guys sending my 15-year-old messages.
You shouldn't accept it.
You could want me to be whoever you think that I am. You could say what you choose to say about me in your mind and with your reservations. But when you start reaching out to my 15-year-old, sending her some crazy-ass messages, when you're reaching out to my 2-year-old's Instagram and saying something so stupid, yo, all of this has to be accounted for because it's getting too crazy. When you're posting my 2-year-old's picture and putting it in your thumbnail to go against me, why are you involving my 2-year-old and my 15-year-old in your thumbnails and in your slander? There's been no convictions. There is no trial. What you accused me of just got thrown the fuck out.
No, that's not what we're accusing you of. You're trying to play on legalese, right? And again, y'all, it's not thrown out. Just action wasn't taken on, right? Still being charged with molestation.
You guys gotta pay. And guess what? If you don't have the money, when it comes time for lawsuits, guess what? Guess what? Suing people ain't all about getting the money. You know what it's about? You won't be able to use your bank account no more. You're gonna have to reduce yourself to only getting Western Unions and MoneyGrams and money under the table. You won't be able to get a house in your name, a car in your name, bank wire. Oh yeah, because every time you get some bread, it has to be deferred to me in some shape, form, or fashion. Cyber defamation.
Polite. You think that's how this is? You think that's how it'll play out and how it'll work, right? Lawsuits. How many lawsuits have been brought up on you? There's multiple lawsuits pending on you right now, right? Does every dollar you make, is that deferring to anybody? You're trying to scare people, bro, and you're bluffing and you're full of shit. You're not even being truthful with how civil proceedings even work, right? Number one, you're in Florida, aren't you? You're in Florida, right? Don't you know how Florida works? It's a little different than other states, right? Why do you think the damn Goldman family has never gotten all of OJ's money to this day? Ask me how I know. I've had a conversation with the Goldman family's civil attorney, right? So stop just being fake, dude. That's crazy.
Litigation. And if you ever wrote a comment or titled your video a certain way and it was misinformation about me, you're liable. You're going to be sued for libel. Like, listen, I don't care if you delete your video. Some people already started deleting videos. Keep them up there. Keep them up there. Because all we're going to do is subpoena YouTube to give us the recordation of the videos, because I got another legal team, a different legal team. All they do is download videos, get the time markers where incorrect.
So, God, this nigga got so much money. He only got 3 hats and 4 scarves, but he has 2 full staff legal teams, one of which is dedicated to screenshotting your comments about him and documenting it and downloading videos about him and documenting it to sue people later. He's coming after commenters.
In the middle of
this nigga is terrified. Go ahead.
Full of it, bro. That right there, even if you're an idiot, that right there should have let you know that this dude's completely full of it. In the middle of a global pandemic, you're going to subpoena all these niggas to do, and what's going to happen to them, Polite? And what's going to happen to these people? And how do you go about the comment, nigga? How do you go about establishing who made a comment? What if they don't use their real name, you idiot? Huh? What if they use a fake email too?
And they don't have anything that really.
What if I make a YouTube channel called Michael Nowak and I use you in this silly ass hat as the avatar? Huh? Are you gonna subpoena your silly ass self?
You mask your IP. You don't know how to track me. Damn, man. This dude really thinks people are scared of him.
Statements are being made where people literally lie, literally just lie. All they do is get the time marker, download the video, and take a screenshot of the videos as they go up. Every day people do videos.
I need a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 if you don't believe what he's saying. If you don't believe, Shalom, if you don't believe Polite has a legal team that is just documenting everyone's videos they're making, I need a number 1. Dante Salazar. 3 hats, 2 scarves, and 1 big ass cap. Right? Nobody believes you, bro.
Oh, I was just about to get that soundbite. Newsflash.
Damn. All cap. Oh man, guys.
Every day my people watch everyone from the front to the back. Time marker each lie. They look in the comment section, screenshot who's saying lies. I put $100,000 up to the side just so I could be paid.
Nobody believes you. Newsflash. Nobody believes you. No one.
What is it? The $100,000 that you stole from that one brother?
Exactly. It's crypto roots 100,000.
Crypto roots 100,000.
1 in the chat if you don't believe he has $100,000 put up just to be petty with people who make videos and leave comments. I need more 1s in the chat. It's not scary hour, so we ain't gonna do that. I just need 1s. Right? He got 100. He got 100K set up. He can't go buy another hat, right? But he has 100,000. He's only got 4 scarves, but he's got 100,000 just to come at YouTubers. Negro, please, you tie boho, come on, bro. Let's be serious for a minute, guys. Anybody that's dumb enough to believe the words that are coming out of Brother Polite's mouth is the same person that will give him $10,000 and think they're going to get 6 properties in 6 weeks or something stupid like that, like all the idiots that he scammed. Right? Blue Chill, maybe a Monopoly money. That I can believe. Right? Let's go.
Y'all think I'm joking too. I bet y'all think I'm joking.
No, it's not a joke. I don't think it's a joke. I think it's total bullshit. It's a bluff.
But then what your excuses are, oh, you see, charges are being reduced because he's Illuminati, or he made right with the humiliation ritual with the Illuminati, or what's that other stuff y'all say? He's an agent. Yo, I don't care how upset you are that things are working in my favor.
If still being called a child molester is working in your favor, right? I mean, you and I, we define favor different, right?
You lie on me, we got to deal with that. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. Yo, so listen, this is not a opportunity for me to tell you stop doing the lying stuff. If you've done it already, it's already a wrap for you. I can almost guarantee it.
That is such
bro. This is like the kid that comes to school and will say something. I'm just trying to think about like this crazy stuff kids used to say at school. You don't get it. My family already, we're worth $100 million. My dad hit the lottery, right? My dad, it was the strongest man that ever lived.
He can kill you just by looking at you.
Yeah, like the dumbass shit that little kid would say. You guys are really already done for it.
Keep bullying me. Yeah. Once the moment you decided to shove my head in that toilet, you were dead.
You're surrounded. There are 26 snipers.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's exactly what that is.
Oh man. Do y'all hear this funny nigga? Wow.
By all means, if you want to continue to lie, do your thing. But what I'm telling you is this conversation is about cyber defamation, litigation, amongst many things, also being sued for liables and other. If you've been collecting money while lying on me, you've been collecting money and soliciting lies about me. YouTube AdSense, if you've been getting coins and lying on me, that's a whole nother type of lawsuit action.
Look at this nigga. You know what?
8 minutes ago on Twitter, somebody said something. So I guess this person's going to jail, this person's going to jail, that person's going to jail, this one.
No, not going to jail. All being sued.
Oh, they're all being sued. Bro, there's at least 40-something people I just counted down there on Twitter that said something about it. You got it like that, bro?
Hey, I'm not seeing Inky taking his videos down. Because I have a feeling he's really talking to Inky. That's why I have a feeling he's trying to send a shot at you. You're not scaring him.
That's another form of litigation. And all I'm saying, this is really an update for the people that follow me, not the people that hate me. Because what are you doing here? You hate me. Why are you even watching this? This is for my people that support me. So
if this is for the people that support you, why have you spent the majority of the bulk of this thing talking about the people who hate you, who are the people who you're going to sue? Allegedly. Right?
The update is for them and to let them know how I'm moving forward. Because you guys look like you won the Super Bowl when you heard something negative about me. Real talk. And when you see me keep my composure and you say, yo, this guy, why you not talking about it? Why you not saying innocent or guilty? Why you not saying nothing about it? Because this is not about petitioning before the world or the court of public opinion. This is real life.
So you can't say you're innocent of being.
He can't even say he's not a child molester.
Right.
Can you get that? So the Money Network, y'all about Shemar Sharper, water. The Money Network, we're collecting this 20 for you. YouTube will take its 30%. So what is that? What is that aside of $16 or something like that? You know, $16 for you, Polite. Right? So yeah, buy a new hat, right? So it's crazy because I don't understand how you can not say that you haven't, I didn't do it. I am innocent, right? It's that simple. I got a feeling if they go to trial, this man don't get on the stand. I almost guarantee he don't get on the stand. Right? Because there's no way to explain this situation from his perspective. I don't think.
It's not YouTube or Instagram. This is real life. So things have to be done and actions have to be made accordingly, which is why I will not say nothing specifically about the case.
Man won't even say he didn't do it. Incredible. So again, y'all, these are the 4 new charges on him. Second-degree felonies, carrying 15 years. 2 different counts of lewd and lascivious molestation of a child between 12 and 16. 1 count lewd and lascivious conduct with a child under 16. 1 count lewd and lascivious exhibitionist of a child under 16 by a person over 18, right? As well as contributing to the delinquency of a minor dealing with alcoholic, allegedly alcoholic or drug beverages being provided to the 14-year-old girl. Right. So let's go here and let's see what was updated today. So there was hearing today, apparently Friday, September 17th, where a stay away order was granted, a conditional stay away order rather, for the minor. Who is the minor? The victim. Right? Pretrial conditional TS, which I believe, you know what? So I want to take a look at this police report again. See, look, you see, he got that same hat on, right? All over the place, nigga wearing that hat. I'm telling y'all, he ain't got but 3 hats. You know, brother, as a brother who, you know, hairline also ain't what it was. I know that I gotta have more than 3 hats. You know what I mean? I know that. I know that. Fran Scott, y'all about Shemi outside, bro. Thought what the water. So real quick, because I think the victim's initials are TS. This is hard to read. Yeah. TS right here. If y'all can see it. TS. Okay. So he got a stay away order, a restraining order from the victim. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, well, that's because he was trying to contact her, but that is possible why a restraining order was necessary. He could have been trying to contact her, right? Contact the mom, get them to change. Now there's a restraining order. You see what I'm saying? So any attempts would actually lead to a worse situation, right? Not saying he in fact did it, but I believe it would be sensible to deduce that predicated upon the need for a restraining order, or it could just be standard in this situation. I don't know, right? Also, current bond counts 1 through 4, 10,000 each. Count 5, 5,000. Count 6, 1,000. Total bond $46,000, right? So again, the bond was previously $1,000. The bond has been up to $46,000, right? Now, I would presume if he is not in custody, which we just looked him up, he's not in custody, that he must have made bond. I'm not exactly sure, but I would presume so. You know, typically if something was like 46,000, might be 4,600. Tasha K posted his court hearing. Is it on her channel?
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, it was just 7 minutes ago.
Oh, how did I miss Tasha K? The authority.
Skip to about.
Where it's at though?
It's on her web community. Keep going. Keep going down, down, down. Up, right there. Yep. Go to. Oh no, I see where you were. So long.
Where we at?
1 hour and 20.
Does she got a different channel?
No,
Is
1
this
hour
a
and
different
20
channel?
minutes. No, same channel. It's just when you know when you go live, you just
So
push the
yeah,
live stream,
it'll be
won't
yeah.
upload.
Okay.
1 hour and 20 minutes and 40 seconds. Go there. Oh boy. I don't want to brace for impact.
Brace for impact?
What's up, bitch? Mr. Michael Nowak. You know what? Hold on for a second. Let the judge call him up, Jasmine. Where the judge at? Let the judge. No. Put that down. No. Where the video at? Yeah, let the judge call him to the screen.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give this?
Oh, okay. So he was able to appear via Zoom court with a too big suit on. That's at least one size too big. So y'all see that suit? That is at least one size too big. Lord in Christ. Okay, so they're doing Zoom court. His lawyer really kills me too. The way he was sitting there with that background, he's got this look. Oh, wait.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes.
Okay, sir, you can put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Note Jr., born August 10th, 1983.
Okay, sir, you can put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Note Jr., born August 10th, 1983.
What did he say?
No, it sounded like he said no.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are currently charged under case F21 14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T like Thomas, S like Sam.
So again, like I just said, y'all, minor TS. That's who so he has a restraining order. The prosecutor has filed for a restraining order between him and a minor. Very interesting, right?
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you are ordered that you can have no contact with TS. And when I say no contact, that means no direct contact or indirect contact. Indirect contact includes you cannot communicate with this individual via social media. You cannot call. You cannot text. You cannot reach out to this individual or in some way
Through a proxy.
attempt to communicate through a third person. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, I will just advise you and admonish you. This means what it says. I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay-away order, but as of right now, this stay-away order is in effect in that if you violate any terms of this stay-away order, that may be grounds for your bond status, your pretrial release status to be revoked, and you will be immediately taken into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anything further on that issue from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from that issue from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Court is now in session. Michael Nowak, aka Brother Pidgeotite, please stand. Make sure you stand and you tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I do. Remember when the Conscious Committee said I was live? Hell, I think even Brother Polights said I was live. He did. You know what? Let me let you hear what he said the night before this court hearing took place today, okay? While he up there looking like the Michael Jordan meme, fucking crying and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. She ain't lying. That is how he looking. That is how he looking.
Sit down for a second while this. Sit down. I'm gonna let you speak. But everybody
What
else
we
sit
all
down.
gonna talk
Let's
about
let him speak.
is cyber defamation litigation. We are gonna have a conversation about that. We are gonna have a conversation about cyber defamation litigation. We are gonna do that. And the reason why we're going to do this because there's a lot of dishonest, wicked people out there. I've never seen nothing like this, where people literally prey on someone's demise. So I say it again.
He's never seen that. You've never seen that before?
That's such a lie.
We want to talk about lies. That's a goddamn lie.
Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been.
What's up with that noise? Pause to that noise.
Eradicated. They're gone. Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty fight. They came up with new counts. Of course, nothing compared to those first-degree felonies, which is crazy, because that give you life or 30 years in prison early. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, we will be turning up later on the strength. We will be turning up later on the strength. Is there still a fight? There's still a fight. But it's very interesting because a lot of people spoke out of turn, jumped out the window, accused me of things that not even, I mean, goddamn, on the internet, goddamn doing people. I miss some state. What's going here?
Please, not the whole thing.
Like this.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Do you swear affirm this testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, sir, you can put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Note Jr., born August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are currently charged under case F21 14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T, like, and when I say no contact, individuals communicate through a third person. Not know whether or not you were. That may be grounds. Anything further on that issue?
Cyber defamation litigation. Mr. Noack. I'm sorry, Mr. Pedophile. Listen, y'all gonna learn to stop fucking with me. That was actually motherfuckers on this internet taking their video down when this nigga got on the internet and said he was going to be filing a cyber defamation litigation.
And she's right. I'm sure there was niggas that got scared.
And motherfuckers took their videos down without checking to see if the fucking turd was real.
Internet defamation. During the plaintiff has to show actual harm to maintain a claim of defamation. Damages may include general money damages for the loss of business, harm to reputation, or other compensatory damages. Damages may also include punitive damages and a boom. So social media online defamation, yeah, it's not called cyber defamation litigation. It's not. That's definitely not what it's called. Internet defamation is what it's called, and the term litigation is not added there too. Great point, sis.
I cannot. They took the video down. They said all the charges was dropped. Pull up them fucking charges. Pull up them fucking charges. Look at the screen. IL&L molestation. Count 1. 12 to 16 years old, felony. L&L molestation, child, 12 to 16, felony. Count 2, count 3. L&L conduct child, plus 16, felony. Count 4. L&L exhibit, fucking DNA. Felony. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Giving her alcohol. Misdemeanor. The other two were dismissed because, let me tell you, let me show you how court works. Let me show you how prosecutors work. Okay, I deal with it. Whenever you're getting ready to try a case, when you want said person locked up after they've collected DNA, they will then put general charges up. Charges that are
True.
within the frame of what he will have to fight.
Very true. Everybody who is familiar with the legal system have been in jail or knows somebody who's been in jail or a series of people who have been in jail. Let me explain something, right? That's regular. They regularly do that, right? Regularly do that, where they just put them charges, right? And then they'll, by the time you actually get to trial, you may be charged, you may be facing something different than that, right? These things happen. Or sometimes certain charges will disappear, right? And they'll stick to other charges, right? Like when I went to jail, I was charged with 3 things. But by the time the deal came, I pled guilty to 1 thing. Before that, my other co-defendant, he pleaded guilty to another thing. You see what I'm saying? So it just happens like that sometimes. You may be charged with a gang of stuff. You may be found guilty on only some of them or whatever. So she's correct.
Yes, those charges carried a minimum of life.
No,
in
maximum of life.
Prison.
Minimum of 9 years.
For first degree. They were reduced down to 4 other felonies to second degree, which carry a minimum of anywhere from 5 years up to 25 years, and he can serve those consecutively.
Yeah, see, that's the problem too. It could be consecutive. If you get found guilty on 4 things for 15 years consecutive, what's that? 60 years. You better hope they're concurrent.
However, the judge says. But
4 counts 25 years? It's 100 years, bro.
No, 15.
Oh, for 15.
They're 15.
Yeah,
They're 15. That'll be 60 years, right? Now, a lot of times, though, they make people serve them concurrent. Though. That's right.
4 felonies with no money coming in. And y'all actually believe in this motherfucker got money. Do you know I've seen his credit report? Do you know that I know this man has never had a house in his name? Do you know that I know this man is riding around?
No, he's a real estate mogul, Hassan.
I hear Rolls Royces and shit like that, renting them because he has no license. He's renting them from rich friends that he's conned. Okay? Because he's never had a car note in his name. How is someone trying to educate you on wealth and finance and this nigga has never financed anything in his entire life? His underage baby mama, is the one that carries everything in her name. If he has a bank account, the bank account is in his fucking grandmother's name. That's how much of a piece of shit this piece of shit is. And people were actually taking it out. So anybody use my name incorrectly, you are going to face a cyber defamation litigation. Bitch, Google what a cyber defamation litigation is. Google it. Google it. Google it. People were actually taking that shit down. So that's the reason why it was reduced from those 2 to 4 extras, which altogether he could get a minimum of anywhere from 25 years, all 4 to 5, or 100 years. Like his mentor and father, Dr. York, who is in a Supermax prison right now for doing the same shit he was doing. Now, I want to see him sue me. Bitch, I will dog walk his motherfucking ass through court, and I would try to case my motherfucking self. My motherfucking self. Do you know how? Let me tell you. Before we move on to the ex-GOAT, Miss Wendy Williams, I've replaced her. Do you know how he got his Cuban big head, Gumby looking motherfucking attorney? Do you know how he got that attorney? He called up a colleague of his in Miami, that's Colombian, when they had his motherfucking semen on the little girl, okay, stuck to her face too. And said, oh my God, do you know any attorneys? Do you know any attorneys? I said, yeah, man, what you need an attorney for? You know, I just got some things I need to handle. Come to find out, Tasha K done broke the story because a motherfucking CO done gave me the motherfucking paperwork. The same motherfucking shit that the feds done put out about me receiving information from COs in Chicago.
Right. So again, now, just so everybody's clear, she's currently under a federal investigation for leaking information about the R. Kelly case, right? So what she's establishing by mentioning that is the fact that she has established relationships with correction officers that leak her information about people that's in jail, right? So that's what she's saying. That's how she obtained all the information about Polight before anybody else, because she knows the CO, right? She knows she's so good with the COs that the feds is now on her about working with COs, right? Very interesting.
Same shit, okay? Listen, bitch got connections around this motherfucker. I don't buy shit, okay? They even called me from the mental health hospital, motherfucker. What I tell you? Now, so the reason he doesn't have a black lawyer believing in black power is because he dealt with a lot of Colombians and Cubans in Miami, okay? He scammed people, told them the services that they sold, and made it seem like he sold those services to crypto, because he's in the DM of a lot of motherfucking people right now trying to sell them crypto courses to get money so that he can continue driving across state lines and getting online to express his mania, because that was fucking mania that you saw, okay? Eating popcorn, not understanding that his lawyer called him to tell him, bitch, they reduced the life sentences, but you got 4 charges that can give your motherfucking ass life. The prosecutor is on his ass. And I told y'all the bail was going to be increased. Didn't I tell y'all?
She did say it.
I know that before the judge did it. I know that. I know that. Look how short I'm sitting. I know that. Little old me. And so yeah, that Cuban attorney, he gonna be a motherfucking bulldog until he can't get no money from the motherfuckers he's scamming from in the deal. This is no motherfucking alleged thing.
Now, that's an interesting point she brings up. I'm interested to see within the next 3 months because his next court appearance status hearing is December 3rd, right? I'm interested to see between now and then if he still got that same attorney. I'm very interested to see, because if he can't pay him, right, they gonna quit on him. Then what, right? That's gonna be interesting to see.
Moving on to the GOAT. What's she at? The ex-GOAT.
Okay, so she's all polite. All right, very interesting. Very interesting information. I wonder where she got that video from. So look, try to find that video from, because I like to see more of that video. Right? I like to see more of that video. So we see what's going on with Polight. That bail has been increased. Restraining order is clear, as the judge just admonished him, as we witnessed. He'll be in court again December 3rd. I'm sure Tasha K will come with any and all updates on the case if we miss anything, right? But this is all the information. You can just look his name up right here. Miami-Dade County Clerk of Courts Criminal Justice Online System. Type in Michael Nowak and you will be able to find the very same information we're finding, that we're demonstrating, we're displaying here. Right? Found it? That fast? How do I find it?
Look at Michael Nowak's hearing on YouTube.
Oh, wow. That easy, huh?
Should just do her commentary to her comment? It's not coming up.
Thought it just came up for you.
No, it does, but it's the sister got her face in it the whole time. So I'm trying to find a better one.
Where?
But it's that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Let's just take a look at it. What is she looking at?
What is this on for? It says motion to increase bond.
Yes, Judge, I did not file a motion. So what happened in this case, Your Honor, is that this is a media case.
This one I got no face, no, it's just
Her face is in it where? Oh, okay. Okay, where do I go? I just keep looking.
look up the hip hop police. Yep, that channel right there.
I think it's Star. This is Star's
Bottom
page.
left. There you
Polights is working with the FBI. I'm going to take a look at that in a minute. You know what I'm thinking.
Morning, Judge.
All right, what is this on for? It says motion to increase bond.
Yes, Judge, I did not file a motion.
San Diego gonna have to rock out with us because we only on topic 1. I didn't even get through my topic. San Diego gonna have to rock out with this.
So what happened in this case, Your Honor, is that this is a media case. He was arrested for punishable by life crimes. He should have been held no bond.
You hear what she's saying? He should have been held with no bond, right? Now remember, this is exactly what Tasha K said. A mistake was made on his bond. He should have never even gotten bond. It's exactly what she said.
However, this is one of those charges where the PBL comes in at the very end of the charge, and I think the clerk's office made an error, allowed him to bond out prior to seeing a bond appearance or prior to going to bond hearing. Somehow, I think he was given standard bond of $21,000, $10,000 on count 1 and count 2, and then $1,000 on count 3, Judge. My issue, Judge, is that there's no stay away order on the case yet. That's why, Your Honor, asked the defendant to be present. I also am very concerned that the defendant has been essentially terrorizing the victim. I mean, the victim's 14 years old.
Now, mind you guys, I don't think from what she said and what I spoke on in the last video I did on the date of his court date on Wednesday, going to the Day of Atonement, I don't think he appeared at all in that initial hearing.
Order on the case yet. That's why, Your Honor, asked the defendant to be present. I also am very concerned that the defendant has been essentially terrorizing the victim. I mean, the victim's 14 years old, and there's been a lot of
since the arrest.
Since the arrest, Judge, he's been very communicative on.
Didn't I say that? I said I speculated that, right? I speculated that it's now being stated in court, right? He's been what? Let's hear it. That's why I said we need the video. I don't understand why Tasha ain't played this, but that's why I said I needed the video. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Let's go.
Actually terrorizing the victim. I mean, the victim's 14 years old, and there's been a lot of
since the arrest.
Since the arrest, Judge, he's been very communicative on. He's been very vocal on social media. On there's been videos of the victim drugged by this defendant leaked online. Your Honor, on this case, we do have DNA showing that the defendant's sperm was on the victim's clothing.
Your Honor, may I ask why?
He better interrupt. That nigga's a no.
Objection! No!
Drugged by this defendant leaked on.
I need to see that. Aside, my researcher.
Oh boy.
Please try to find that for me. It's not going to be on YouTube.
It's gonna be on Twitter, man.
There's video leaked.
Online. Your Honor, on this case, we do have DNA showing that the defendant's sperm was on the victim's clothing.
Your Honor, may I ask why any of this is appropriate considering no motion has been filed?
That's good. He's all right.
That's the thing. I don't like being ambushed with all of this. This is
Nor do I, Your Honor. This is entirely inappropriate.
if in fact the state was seeking a motion for pretrial detention, they should have done it. I mean,
Well,
now
Judge,
as far
I'm
as the
not
stay away order is concerned, I can certainly do that. But I just can't go ahead with allegations from the state without giving notice to the defense. I mean, certainly I would hear it, but I can't do this in a vacuum like this. So the only thing that I know that this was reset for, which was advised to me the last time, is that the stay away order was not properly presented, and I'm ready and able to do that at this time.
Judge, you are the first appearance, Judge, regarding the information that was filed, Judge. He was charged with a total of.
When she says regarding the information that was filed, right? So let's go back to the docket, right? Docket number 19, September 14th, information filed. That's the information she's talking about. That information that got filed, new information that is leading to stay away order, right? Oh, what I do?
Of 6 counts, Judge, and they're different. They're all different from the charges, except for
Again,
one.
Your Honor, excuse me, I have to interrupt. This is entirely.
Hold on.
I need to-
Mr. Terrace, hold on. Let her finish. Just let her finish. I'll allow you to make your argument. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. He has been charged with 6 counts. One of them is the same, but there's 5 additional counts, Your Honor. Your Honor does have to set bond on those counts. And then the stay away order has to be set. I will be filing a motion to increase bond. And I understand that Your Honor does not want to be ambushed. I will file that at a later time, but I did want to put the court on notice that with regards to the other bond amounts that need to be set, Judge.
All right.
So we definitely have to address bond.
Okay, now, did you have a response, Mr. Torres, and then I will deal with the information.
Yes, Your Honor. We don't. There is no motion pending before the court. The state, no one. Our side certainly did not ask for a schedule bond. That was something that the state of Florida decided to place on this case. Those charges were higher charges, and they were downfiled. Doesn't matter that there was more charges that were listed on the information. These are downfiled charges. Mr. Nowak is out on constitutional bond. There's no motion pending before this court, and there's no need for Ms. Garcia to just ambush us with additional information that she feels the court and the media in her speak should hear. So we are entirely prepared to address a motion that's before us. Not another word needs to be said regarding a motion that's not pending before this court.
Decent lawyer he's got.
We do and are prepared to address the no contact situation today.
Okay. Now, first things first. First thing I have is I have an information that's been given to me by the clerk.
An information. What's the information again? It's this information right here.
That was filed on September 14th, which was 3 days ago. And again, I have many cases on my calendar. Has this defendant been arraigned on this information?
He has, Your
He
Honor.
has, Judge.
He has. Okay, so he has been arraigned. And I am looking at, there are a total of 6 counts. I, at this point, do not see that there are any non-bondable offenses. And there appears to be a second-degree felony for count 1, second-degree felony count 2. 3 is also second-degree, 4 second-degree, 5 is a first-degree misdemeanor, and 6 is a third-degree felony. So
there's something that's missing from this. There's something that's missing from this. Because you see this only has 5, then the 2 initial. There's a missing count here, right, that they're talking about.
have all of the
Which is a third-degree felony.
bonds been addressed at the time of the arraignment?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's what we need to do as far as that is concerned. And I will, what
This nigga with the mask on is killing me.
was he out on previously? Let's just start with that.
He was out on count 1 and count 2 for $10,000 each. And then count 3 on the information was a misdemeanor, so that was $1,000. So right now he has a total of $21,000 bond.
Okay, so 1 and 2. So what was added in the information?
So the counts 1 through 4 are all second-degree felonies. Those were not on the information on the.
They were not originally charged?
Correct. Also, Judge, count 6 is interference of custody. That one also was not charged. Count 5 was charged.
Count 6 is interference of custody of by taking the girl and going somewhere with her. That's the 6th count. Okay.
As
And he's not been officially charged.
count number 3 on the arrest form. So that one should stay at $1,000.
That's why it says right here. Hold on, going back to the paperwork. Watch this. So we see 5 counts, right? We go up here. It says 6 counts. Count 1 through 4, count 5, and count 6. Right? Count 1 through 4, 10,000 each. Count 5, 5,000. Count 6, 1,000. Right? 46,000.
So then what was the original 10,000? If you're saying that 1 through 4 was not charged and then 6 was not charged, then what was the original charges where he got the two $10,000 and then $1,000?
So the original charges was count 1 was engaging in sexual activity with a child and familiar custodial authority. That was actually a PBL, but that charge, when it's input into the arrest form, it looks like an F1. So on that count, he was given 10,000. Then on count 2, it's sexual battery of a victim 12 to 17 years of age. That's an F1. That was another $10,000 bond. And then count 3 is count 5 on the information.
Okay. All right. So as it relates to the new information, the court is going to, on count 1, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 2, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count
So his bond is getting quadrupled.
3, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 4, defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 5, that will be a $1,000. And count 6 will be $5,000 bond. Does corrections have that? Well, clerks have that as well?
Yeah, I have it, Judge.
Okay. So he is going to need to post those additional amounts. If it was $21,000 originally, it's now going to be
46.
$46,000 additional.
Look at his face. Y'all see his face? Look at him looking over to the side right now. He's thinking about, I got to come up with $25,000.
Bond. That's as to that issue. Anything further on that issue? And then we're going to get to the stay away order.
So, Judge, I do think it's important to note that he is a California resident. So I would ask that Your Honor consider that when setting the bonds. Are these standard bonds, Judge?
I do not know what is considered a standard bond on these, but these are the bonds that the court's going to be giving.
Okay. So, no, Judge, I'll be filing a motion to increase bond due to the facts of the case. The other, in addition to...
So he just set the bond. She's going to now apparently file an entirely separate motion to get it even higher concerning the facts. One of the facts, of course, is going to be the nature of the case, right? And of course, the fact that he's not in the state of Florida. So she's going to probably argue and emphasize he's a flight risk.
To the bond, Judge, it's just a stay away order I think that we need to address today.
Understood. All right. Anything further from the defense as to the bonds for right now?
Your Honor, I don't see that the state has laid any grounds for why the bond amount should be increased. We believe
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. There's no discussion right now. That's not what's before the court. The court just is setting bonds on the new counts.
These counts are down filed. I just want to make that clear from the record, even though there's more of them.
Understood.
So but we would object to the entire bond amount increasing, considering these are down filed charges.
Okay. Your objection is noted.
Other than that, no, Your Honor.
All right. As it relates to the stay away order, okay. So apparently these are minors. If I can have the defendant sworn.
Mr. Noah, can you unmute yourself?
And raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
Okay, sir, you can put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Eugene Note Jr., born August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are currently charged under case F21-14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T like Thomas, S like Sam. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you are ordered that you can have no contact with TS. And when I say no contact, that means no direct contact or indirect text. You can.
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, I will just advise you and admonish you. This means what it says. I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay away order, but as of right now, this stay away order is in effect in that if you violate any terms of this stay away order, that may be grounds for your bond status, your pretrial release status to be revoked, and you will be immediately taken into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anything further on that issue from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from that issue from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. That is all that the court has before me. Are we done? Ms. Garcia?
I believe so, Judge. I just want the defendant to be aware that he should not be posting any social media posts or anything about this case, about the victim in this case. I know that there was a video of the victim leaked on social media. I'm concerned about the victim's, well-being regarding this case. So I just want to make sure the defendant's well aware that if that happens, we will be filing the appropriate motions.
So now it's very clear that it's actually not, he may not be getting advised this. He's now being threatened from the defense. You can't talk about this case, right? That's interesting.
To avoid that from happening.
All right. Well, just so it's clear. Yeah, just so it's clear, I just want both sides to know allegations are allegations. I certainly will respond to some type of evidence shown to the court that the defendant has somehow violated the court's order. Let me hear from the defense.
Judge, I just want to make clear for the record as well that this arrest, Mr. Nowak has been compliant and has known about this investigation for far before his arrest, has come down and voluntarily submitted 2 warrants along the way because he has nothing to hide. Any allegations that the state is making about their fear that he might have been tampering or attempting to scare the alleged victim via social media, there's no order saying that he is not allowed to use social media. And I also would like to make clear that it took the state till 4:56 p.m. on the night before the arraignment to file an information here, and a reduced one. If they were so scared, they had ample opportunity to file a motion in the meanwhile, and they failed to do so. So I don't believe that Your Honor has taken into consideration any of the arguments that they've put forth regarding why they believe bond should be increased, because that's inappropriate.
We're not there. I'm not even entertaining it. So let's not even, I don't even want to hear anything about it because nothing's before me as to an increase.
Well, Your Honor has the ability to set the additional counts at ROR.
Well, I'm not. I can tell you I'm not.
He tried to let him out. For everybody that don't understand what it says, ROR, release on or recognizance, meaning he's trying to get no bail. So there's a fear here about the cash, right? Because if he's got to come up with the cash for bond, there may not be any cash for lawyer, right?
Based upon the only thing I have in front of me is an information. That's what I've decided as far as the bond is concerned. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, we would object to Your Honor taking into consideration any of the statements made by Ms. Garcia in reaching that determination.
Okay. Now, however, I do need to just advise Mr. Nowak, based upon some of the arguments. I don't know what is out there that has been posted, but I will advise Mr. Nowak that if in fact there is evidence shown to the court that you have somehow been responsible for submitting some type of social media involving this victim, you may have a First Amendment right, but it is limited. And if the state can show that this was done with some type of intent to either harass or intimidate a witness, that's serious. So just keep that in mind. You certainly have a First Amendment right, but if you do something that somehow is intended to intimidate this witness, then the court will listen to what the allegations are and what evidence the state has presented. I think that can be the last word on this matter. I have a December 3rd report date. What is that on for?
I believe that was just for the status, Your Honor, case disposition, regular.
Okay, perfect. All right, as of right now, that's the next date that we have on this case. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care. All right, bye-bye.
All right, so we've watched that, everybody. His cyberbully team might turn on him. Man. Huzzah, exactly. Come on now. ROR on that, on a sexual based charge like that, multiple counts on a child. Let's be serious. That's unlikely. Right? Look, Rocky Mayweather. Sovereign. Now, his attorney is Cuban. Cuban or Colombian. I think Colombian. I think Taurus is more Colombian. But let's take a look. Apparently, he's working with the Fed. So let's take a look at this.
But it's a process, and I have a great deal of faith in the legal system. A great deal of faith.
Guys, he just said he has this is a black person, right? Black man who just said he has a great deal of faith in the legal system, right? A black man who has allegedly been railroaded in certain instances by the legal system. Got his ass beat by the LAPD, right? Your something happened.
Yeah, my computer died.
Oh. Just get rid of you. Right. So apparently he has faith in the legal system. What a liar. Right. Let's keep going.
But it's a process, and I have a great deal of faith in the legal system. A great deal of faith in my legal counsel, and that's why I don't speak specifically about anything. But
well, no, you were just warned by the prosecutor to not speak specifically about anything.
In terms of cyber defamation litigation,
fake term.
This is very serious, and this I will speak about in more elaborate detail in some weeks to come, because we're going to make some examples out of people. We already have somebody being investigated by the FBI.
Did you see the dance this nigga did? Praising that somebody's being investigated by the FBI?
People. We already have somebody being
him.
investigated by the FBI.
Look. He's doing a party dance about somebody being investigated by the FBI. That's Tasha K. Right? He doesn't have somebody being investigated. The FBI is investigating Tasha K. Dickie, you're so crazy.
Oh yeah, that's true. Not to be confused.
But look. He's mad that people are happy about his downfall. But look at the smile he cracks about Tasha K being under investigation.
Being investigated by the FBI.
Look at this nigga, dog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Look how happy he is about Tasha K. You see that? But you mad about people, right? Nah, bro. You get what you put out, brother.
Not to be confused with a sister who's also being investigated by the FBI.
Oh, okay. So somebody not Tasha K.
Who be bothering me too. That's two separate situations, but very similar. Yeah, the things that people do to get views, the things that people do to make money. When making money off of gossip becomes your livelihood, you become greedy, and there'll be no end to your means.
Okay, well, what about when making money off of scamming people is your livelihood? Do you become greedy then as well?
What about stealing and molesting the person who you call God?
That's the question. You stole your guy. That's how he stole his God, actually.
Stole God.
He's
the man who stole God. Why don't you write that while you're in the penitentiary, nigga?
Your 91st book, allegedly.
Of maintaining the same momentum for the sake of establishing the same type of income on a month-to-month basis. It's disgusting. If you make money because you're creative, if you make money because you have a talent, you're safe. But if you make money just talking about other people, and it's even more nasty when the men do it. You have grown men sitting here like, hey, no one cares about what I have to offer. So what I'm gonna do from here on, I'm gonna call myself reporting on this case so I can get my views on. And if I have to, I'm gonna tell lies.
So apparently he's down with the feds. Incredible. Truly incredible. Of the Scamite by the name of Polight. Polight the Scamite.